There's something special that happens when you head into the Canadian Rockies with no plan at all. No checklist, no fixed shots in mind, no pressure to chase anything. Now, over the last few months, I've been feeling less inspired to share my trip, my journey on social media. And so this trip is just a collage of events, of interactions that I've had with wildlife and the landscape around me. If you are new to this channel, my name is Shannon and I am a full-time photographer in beautiful British Columbia. Whether you're here to learn, be inspired, or simply enjoy some stunning visuals, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. This is day one. Kid's just playing away. We brought him his trucks. The Jeep is nicely set up with our food, all of my camera equipment. I do have solar in case I need to charge up the battery, which is a Jackery. The rooftop tent is really nice. And if we need to, we can open up the awning with the doors. We're just gonna make some oatmeal while I pack up. Now, we didn't really have a plan. We kind of just looked at a map, looked at the weather, and just made our way towards the Canadian Rockies. I wanted to capture the fall colors in the Canadian Rockies, so we were going to end up there. But along the way, we just picked interesting spots that either we haven't been or we know that there was something cool to see. And this mountain that we're driving up is one of those spots. Now, it doesn't look super steep in this video with my Insta 360, but it took a while to get up to the top and the views were stunning. And of course, the first photo is my Jeep making it to the top. We might camp here tonight. Obviously, we got to park this in a better spot. It is pretty smoky out, so the view isn't the best. I was thinking maybe some photographs would look nice as black and white. The coloring though, the low-lying brush is actually just starting to come out, and we got some really nice reds and yellows. There's a lot of yellows everywhere. So over on the sort of south or southwest facing hills, there's a lot of yellow and red, and it looks really, really nice. But it's nice having the rooftop tent, the Jeep, the fridge, the fireplace, everything make it up to the top here because it was a bumpy, heavy load. So we decided to camp. Everything's all set up. We got the fireplace going right here, and the bugs have actually died down. There is another tent out here, and it's the same, well, it's by the same company, Top Oak, but it's a different design, so that's pretty cool. It is perfect temperature for, you know, sweater weather. And of course, we got all of our stuff out for oatmeal with peanut butter, yogurt. The view is amazing. It's pretty hazy out because of the forest fires. So I think we're gonna go up to the tower here in a minute and see what views there are. Here are the views from earlier that day, and you can see that smoke all over the mountains and the sun creating these beams down through some of the areas where there's some shade from the clouds or from the different peak and ridges. Now, this fire tower isn't in use anymore. From 1941 to 1982,
Up to 4 people would stay here, and there was storage down in the cinder block rooms down below. And you can see all of the instruments, the bedding, the cooking pots that they had. And so it was a cool little reminder of how things used to be and the jobs that you would take. Morning. I got myself a cup of coffee. My other camera is still doing a time lapse. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out. We'll see with the sun rising. My wife and kid are still asleep. The tent has these, basically it's 100% blackout. So you can like close it in. It will get very, very hot once the sun gets higher. But for now, they can just sleep in the dark. It's nice. We are in the Kootenays right now. And we're headed to the Canadian Rockies. I'm very excited. So far, the trip has been amazing. It's just begun. And what a view. So up on the rocks, there is some grouse. So I've got my D850 and my 500 f4. I thought, why would I bring this? And I was gonna leave that big lens and that camera. But since I'm doing a time lapse, I didn't want to interrupt my Z9. Look, you can see the bugs flying around. They're not bothering me at the moment. Delicious porridge, and then that's a nice view. So we made it back down the mountain and off to the Canadian Rockies. And we decided to drive straight to Abraham Lake because the lake color is a beautiful turquoise color and it looks amazing against the yellow and orange leaves. She's blowing a gale. Thought I saw a few spots down here, but I think it's gonna start raining here in a second. I can feel the rain. My wife is making some food. Just haven't found the right spot yet. I've got my filters here.
I've got gloves here from the heat company because it's getting cold. And I've got my Insta360 that kind of show the, I guess, the scale of the beautiful colors and the area in which I'm photographing. But oh man, it's starting to get wet. Might have to shut this down for a second. It is windy. I've got my camera set up. I've got all of these beautiful fall colors here, and the wind's really blowing here. I don't have my hip waders. All I have is my boots. I just have my boots. And you can see how high the water is. This is a campfire right here. So what I want is to actually get over there, which means I might have to just go out in shorts and my Crocs to get the shot. But take a look in here, how nice it is. It's beautiful. So I feel like there's a lot of great opportunities. I just need to bear the cold and make it work. Kind of what I'm looking at right here. Okay, mountains are looking really good. Tighten that up. So on the front here, what I've got is, let's turn this camera around so I can see what I'm looking at. So I've got an ND filter here, and I've got a polarizer. So the polarizer, I go ahead and I twist, mostly while it's on live view or in the back of the camera, I can kind of see what's what. I've got an ND64 that I'm putting on the front here, and that'll slow everything way down so I can get, 8 seconds or so. If I do like F14 at 15 seconds, ISO 100, that'll smooth out the water. And then I have my polarizer. I might do a couple of faster shots. We have some little leaves that are floating in the water. Be kind of cool to get some sort of color trails down there of that. Little shelter, and I see another trail. Check it out. There is a shelter here and another trail. I don't need to go into the woods. I need to just find some beautiful colors in a composition. And there's that mountain. The sky is looking quite, maybe ferocious is the word. There's definitely some mood. It's very gray. get a bird's eye view of what's going on here. Maybe you guys can see something I can't.
Now this Insta360 that I'm filming on right now is new to me. So I'm still trying to figure out how much distortion or use of that 2-lens 360 power that I now have to focus on in my storytelling. It's quite difficult, but it is very addictive to kind of point this left and right, up and down to get different perspectives. So let me know what you think of this view, this video. Is it annoying if there's some distortion there, or, you know, I just having a lot of fun right now and just figuring out the storytelling, I guess, with this new camera. Now, I went back and photographed the same tree from a different angle because the sky kind of cleared up a little bit, and the only subject worth photographing that area before hitting the road again.
We are at Sunwapta Falls, I think is the name of the waterfall. Beautiful, beautiful waterfall. Definitely recommend going here. I tried to get here in the winter time when there was just obviously everything buried in snow. This was closed. If I could go back in time, maybe I would have parked at the road and then just hiked in. I think it's really just dangerous at these falls in some of the areas. Like where I photographed there's paths down to it, and I tried to be as quick as possible. I only brought out my Insta360 just for a second to kind of show a little bit of behind the scenes. But it's something that, you know, you don't want to encourage families and stuff to go to. There's other safer spots that have railings. So I think in the wintertime they close it right down. But stunning spot. Now it just snowed, I think the first snow in the tops of the mountains last night. We got poured on and it was cold enough to just put a beautiful dusting of snow. We are soaked. Early morning. It's a bit of a gray day, but there's some blue sky that came in for some of the shots. I took multiple shots at different exposures, and you never know with the wind. So there's a long exposure for the waterfall, but then there's faster shots to freeze any of the boughs of the trees that could be moving, because I want them nice and sharp. So a lot of photos for just one shot, which I'll show you here now. I still have a 10 stop on here with a polarizer, and you can see if you look all around, it's just lighting up. I think this is the best shot. I might move this way.
Now we were looking online for a place to spend the night, and on Google Maps there's this area right here that was just brilliant to maybe capture some of the coastline along Abraham Lake, and of course the sky just lit right up. Now you never know how long sunset's light is really going to last here in the mountains, because the sun's actually behind the mountain peaks, so I can't tell if it's going to go down into a cloud bank or not. So I'm just snapping photo after photo as the colors change and just soaking it all in. Now, one thing I'll have to figure out is the Insta360 coloring and lighting, because as it got darker and the sky got brighter, I didn't really like the way the color of this video really turned out, even if I did some post-processing. And you can see I'm getting colder, the temperature is dropping, and I'm putting on some of my Heat Company gloves. And still loving the light show. It seemed like it was lasting forever, like 45 minutes. That's how long it felt like I was out there for. I'll speed up some of the video here for you, and I'll also show you what it looks like from my Z9. This is a video capture here. So a lot of dynamic range in the video, but it is getting dark. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you know that I like trying to do a pano every once in a while. And so this shot was vertical images stitched together. I think there's 10 of them. And it was quite difficult to put together, to match up the lighting and all the details. So I think I like the simple single shot. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you in for the big pano shots or the more simplistic, closer up snapshot?
Wow.
Pippi?
We got meat, we got rice, carrots, broccoli,
Sweet potatoes. For Daddy.
and I made some coffee. Pretty good. And look at that view. It's that classic travel photo, you know, where you stand out in the middle, you get low to the ground, you put a polarizer on, and you snap the shot. Make sure the sun's behind you, because the colors from the trees and the lake are popping. Yeah, looks like a postcard or a screensaver. September is quite nice. It's getting almost to October, where the sun is not crazy high in the sky during midday. I mean, it's a little later in the afternoon right now, but I think that photo is gonna be nice. Your classic middle day, beautiful sky with those clouds shot in September.
Now, it isn't always beautiful sunsets, amazing fall colors, pristine lakes, and untouched wilderness. We've seen a lot of destruction by wildfires. What you're seeing here is the aftermath of the massive wildfire that hit Jasper just last year. So a lot of the parks and the towns were just burnt right down to a crisp. So there's a lot of construction, a lot of forest management that needs to happen here. And it takes all of us, whoever's driving through here, the cigarette butts that were thrown out the window, all of it needs to come into account, because the summers are getting drier and the winters are not getting the snowfall that they need. Just on our drive home, we saw 4 out of control wildfires. It was crazy. You don't think about what you've lost until it's gone. And there is so much beauty here that needs to be protected. Just on our drive, during the middle of the day, I swear you can just get out and take incredible shots. My wife reached out the window of the Jeep and took this photograph, and I absolutely love it.
This is the biggest upset on the trip, is this right here. It is the Insta360 10-foot pole, 3 meter. So I was using this over a canyon. When I put it back together, I noticed it wasn't quite folding up 100%. And so I tried pulling it and it got stuck. And then next thing I knew, this came completely apart. If you had this issue, let me know how I really fixed this. Everything seems to be pressure fitted in. You can see there, kind of just snaps into place. So I think when it's manufactured, you snap it in once and then that's it. You shouldn't ever have to worry about it. But the rest of the chutes, I didn't get to use this. I absolutely love this when it didn't break, because I got some great long, tall shots. And there was one waterfall that I wish I really had this. The next big thing that I didn't use all the time, but it's just starting because the temperature is dropping pretty quick here. I use these gloves. Absolutely love them. They got the sticky hands here, and they work for my phone as well. And of course, I got the whole tri-pack package, where you got this inner glove that right now is all I'm using. It's not really cold enough for these, but once it does get cold enough, I've got these giant mitts. And of course, the big feature here is, you know, being able to peel them back, and there's magnets that snap together. And of course, the thumb comes out. We're gonna pack everything up, and then we have to head to
a river.
We're heading to a river. Apparently we're gonna camp on a river tonight. So we're just finishing up our adventure. We're in Manning Park. So if you aren't subscribed, think about subscribing, and I hope to see you on the next episode. Ciao.